To get on here to be able to talk to you guys live. As you know, I just got married and I haven't been on here in forever. So I first want to say hello, welcome new members. I am Charbria Shine, formerly Charbria White. I'm so excited. I'm living now in my new city in Rock Hill, South Carolina. I'm really close to North Carolina. And it's just been a journey. And I just wanted to pop on here and say hello because, like I said, I haven't been able to come up for air. We just moved to a new place. I just moved to a new city. Then we just moved to a new place. And so I just been busy since the wedding and I haven't had like a second to breathe. But I just wanted to get on here again and say welcome new members. I'm so excited that you guys joined us. I'm so grateful. I don't take it for granted that you guys are a part. Hey, Yolanda, what's up, sis? And I just wanted to get on here really quickly and just to encourage somebody. A lot of people have been giving us shout outs about our wedding pictures and saying, oh, so sweet, oh, so cute. It's like a fairy tale. Oh my God, this is amazing. And I just wanted to encourage that person who might feel discouraged about marriage or might feel like, well, why did that happen for Charbria? It's not happening for me and everything seems so picture perfect and seems like her life is perfect. And I just wanted to get on here and just keep it real with y'all because I'm very transparent, I'm very real. And it's like, no, I feel like when people post pictures and people post like the good times or when God has blessed them with something, whether that's a new job, a trip, their first child, a marriage, or whatever it might be, a promotion, I feel like everybody gets to see that highlight. And I always say that social media is a highlight reel. You see all the great moments. Most people don't post when they're depressed. Some people do, but I don't post like that, when they're going through. And I just want to let you guys know, like, yes, this is a blessing. I'm so happy. God is so crazy faithful. He sent a man of God for me when I wasn't even searching. But at the end of the day, it wasn't just like overnight. You see the highlight reel now of my life. Oh, the beautiful pictures. Oh, it seems so picture perfect. But you didn't see all the times where I struggled with my singleness. You didn't see all those lonely nights when I had to cry myself to sleep. You didn't have to see when I had to say no to my flesh, when I wanted to just go out with randoms just because I was bored or just because I felt insecure or felt like, oh, if I go out with this man or go out with this or do this or have sex with him, I was going to feel some void in my life. You weren't there when I had to struggle with those things. So I want to encourage that woman now who's in that state where you're like, man, I'm struggling and I don't feel great. And about, seeing everybody get engaged, seeing everybody getting married. That is tough, sis. And I know it. Like, I know it because I've been there. And that's why I'm not stopping the movement. My heart is forever with single women because the journey was tough for me. And my heart is with you because I know it can be tough. Especially once you get past a certain age. You see everybody in love. You see everybody like married, engaged, moving on. And you're like, oh my God, what's wrong with me? First of all, nothing is wrong with you. Point blank, period. It's just not. But a lot of times, too, because we don't have a man in our lives, we feel like something is wrong with us. Why doesn't somebody want me? I did a video about that some months ago about, like, it was a season where I was like, what's wrong with me, Lord? Am I ugly? I'm not sexy. I'm not attractive. Like, no man trying to holler. It ain't even about that. Sometimes you're hidden, and I did a video about that. Sometimes God's hiding you from the randoms because he can't trust you because you would just go for anything. And I was at that season as well before. Well, y'all, thank God he was hiding me because it could have been a counterfeit like a mug coming up to talk to me, and I would be like, okay, I'll go out with you just because I was so desperate at the time. And we really have to, and I really talk about this all the time on my blog and in my book, Self-Love, because when you start to really love yourself, like for real, no matter how hard it is, you'll say no to the randoms. You'll say no when Satan sends those distractions that it might look good, it might be tempting, but like, okay, Char, like if I do this, this ain't gonna end well for me, so I'm just gonna hold tight. But for real, y'all, it was a lot of nights where I felt crappy. I mean, I had to cry myself to sleep. I felt lonely. I felt like life sucked. I really got tired of going to weddings by myself, going to dinner by myself, going to events by myself. Sometimes I wouldn't even go out to certain things because I was like, low key, I'm tired of like going by myself. And then I was like, I have to get over my feelings. I had to suck it up. And I just started going out. And I'm like, I'm not going to stay in, caged in like an animal, just trying to have a man. And it hurt sometimes. Sometimes it was awkward. But I had to get over it. And it was a process. Like I would be going out. Friends would invite me places where some people would, have people or at weddings and stuff. And I was like, I had to talk to myself like, okay, I'm not alone. Lord, you're with me. Like, I had to pep talk myself. Like, you're an attractive woman. It's okay if you're alone and if nobody's with you. It's okay to be single. Like, I literally had to say these things to myself because even the pressure of people around me, that didn't help. Like, why are you still single, girl? You're a successful girl. You're a pretty woman. Da-da-da. It's like, that don't help. I know all of that. I know I'm still single. And it's just like, it got annoying after a while. And so I just wanted to pop on really quick to say, yeah, y'all see the highlight reel of my life, but don't let the pictures fool you. It was a journey, y'all. It was a journey. And it was some times that were tougher than some other times. And then it got easier as time went on. And that is why I started this movement for you new members, because I know how it feels to feel like, man, life just sucks because I'm still single. But I was determined to say, you know what? Life doesn't have to suck just because I don't have a man in my life. It really doesn't. And I don't care how old I am. I don't care what my circumstances are. Life does not have to suck. And I know they say if life gives you lemons, make lemonade. And I am that type of a person. But also, why does it have to be lemons just because you don't have a man? Like, I feel like we really have to learn that our self-esteem, our value, our worth, none of that is wrapped up in another human being. And until we get that, we're always going to be looking for somebody else to complete us. My husband is amazing and I'm a newlywed. But at the end of the day, that man can't complete me. And if I came into this relationship thinking that, I was going to be very disappointed and still feeling insecure when he disappoints me or makes me upset or does something I don't like, then I'm going to be depressed, angry, feeling like he can't fulfill me because he can't. Only God can do it. He can bring love and affection and all those beautiful things that a relationship is supposed to be, but he can't complete me. And if I'm feeling bad about myself, depressed, have low self-esteem, don't know my purpose before, I'm going to feel the same way after. It's just going to be magnified because it's just like a mirror. Now I have someone to show me what's wrong with me, right? My dysfunction that I need the Lord to help me with anyway. So it's just like, it's not easier when you get in a relationship. Now I'm seeing, man, in this area, and y'all, I'm only 2 weeks in, y'all. And I'm like, man, ooh, work on that, Char. Work on this. Okay, you can't be selfish in that area. Like, it's challenging, but it's beautiful. But at the end of the day, you have to love yourself. You have to find fulfillment and wholeness and joy without another human being. And if we keep looking to a man for those things, we're going to keep coming up short. We're going to keep feeling insecure. We're going to keep feeling inadequate. We're going to keep feeling depressed and lonely. You can be married and still be lonely. That's something in the heart. That's not necessarily the condition you're in, because you can learn to be content when you're single, like I had to learn. And again, it's not that easy, but it's not as hard as we make it either, ladies. We can find fulfillment in being single. I did it. Been there, done that. And it wasn't fake. It wasn't manufactured. And if you have my book, you know I keep it real. I tell you my journeys. I tell you my struggles. I tell you when I failed. And it was a real process. But there was a road to restoration. It was a point in my life where I was like, man, y'all, I love being single. I love myself. I love my life. And if I never get married, that's okay. I won't die. I can still thrive and have a beautiful, meaningful, purposeful, joyful, happy, thriving life. But I had to get over all my preconceived notions of you getting older, your clock is ticking, now you're in your mid-30s. Who cares? God don't care about no clock. He made the clock. God don't care about your age. He knew you before you were in your mother's womb. He knew your story before it even ended, before it even started, actually. So it's like, why are we listening to people and the world to tell us what our God can and cannot do? And I had to get over that. Even now, just got married. Everybody's like, when you're having kids, you know you're older. We know how old we are. God knows. I ain't got to rush because of some clock. And that's the thing. Really, it boils down to your relationship with the Lord. Are you really practicing the presence of the Lord, getting in his presence, in his word, knowing him, to know his love for you? Because even when you feel unlovely, you realize how much he loves you. And you're like, man, I deserve a godly, good man. And not just a man who says he goes to church or is praying. No. Oh, for real, man of God, who's going to love you like Christ loved the church, who's not going to lead you to bed until after marriage, who's going to wait because he knows your worth and your value, and he knows that you're worth it. So all of these things we have to learn, and all these things we have to develop within ourselves. We can't look for the man to bring that to us. Okay? Like my husband always says, when I first met him, like first conversation, y'all, I was like, what you going to bring to the table? Like, why should I let you in my life? Like, what's so amazing about you? Because I knew I had a good thing going on. And it's not about being conceited. No, But you need to be confident. You need to know that you are a woman of God. You are beautiful. You are valuable. And yes, you come in with something. And it ain't all about looks, man. That mess get old than a mug. But all of us have a virtue and a value and a beauty that God put in us. It's intrinsic. We don't have to try. Just God put it in us because we are who he created us to be. And with that being said, it's like, you got to know who you are. Like, if you're going to come into my life, you better bring it. And again, that's not being conceited. And a lot of people will tell you, you think you are that, but you are. So you ain't telling me nothing I don't know, right? And then some people are going to say your standards are too high. You're too picky. I heard that all the time. But now jaws are dropping because the very thing that I waited for and prayed for and was picky about, God sent it to me. So you can't listen to people. You got to know your worth. You got to know your standards. You got to keep them high. Don't settle for less because you are worth the wait. So again, I just had to get on here because I missed you guys. Been so busy. I had a chance to finally get on here. Yesterday we moved into our new place. Still not done. It's kind of a mess, but I was like, I gotta get on here and talk to my girls because I miss you guys so much and I love you. And if you guys want to like ask me any questions, I know about the book and some of the old blogs that I was doing. I'm gonna do some new videos just to catch up when I get some time. Hopefully by next week I can pop on here and do more and more videos and blogs. But I just love you. I would encourage you to know that if you desire marriage, God can do it. He will do it. He has no respect of persons. His word says. So if he did it for me, there's nothing so special about me that he won't do it for you. He loves us the same. Again, God does not have favorites. We're all his children. So you just have to trust him, believe, and don't give up just because it didn't happen in your mind, in your time. Because honestly, I thought I'd be married at like 21 and I'll be 35 in like a month. And I just got married. So you can't even look at it like that. I know a friend who just got married at 60. I know people that get married a little older, younger, whatever. We can't compare our journeys, our lives, our purposes, and our growth and development. It's all different. So you have to trust the God who created you to know that it's all good. As his word says, it's going to work for your good. So again, I'm going to get back to blogging and everything. I miss you, ladies. I love you, and hopefully you have a great night.